Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Greg Bell. I appreciate that warm, probably overly generous introduction. But I'm honored to be here with all of you today and certainly express my appreciation for your attendance and certainly express to you a welcome to the 6th Annual Native American Summit. I do have some pride in the fact that we started this 6 years ago, and with the help of many of you here and others, it's grown to be a significant program that we look forward to each and every year to work with our Native American brothers and sisters in the state of Utah in addressing significantly challenging issues. So I look forward to doing that again and continue to do this as we move forward. I'll mention a few of those things in a minute, but let me just again thank you for the opening prayer. As a man of faith, I believe we need to invite our Heavenly Father, the Great Spirit, to help us, to bring us together, to help enlighten our minds and help us see the fact that we are, in fact, indeed brothers and sisters, and that we have opportunities to work together and be good stewards of Mother Earth and improve our quality of life for not only ourselves, but more particularly for the rising generations that we have stewardship over and opportunities to, in fact, help. So again, welcome. I'd like to thank all those who've made it possible for us to get together, and there's been a lot of people's efforts and work to organize this, the sponsors that help fund the costs of putting this on, and we thank all those. I see my friend Dr. Dale Teeney, who's here from American Indian Services, who's been a friend and a mentor to me, and there's just so many that have impacted my life, and I appreciate that. President Ben Shelley, I have a great appreciation with him when he was the vice president of the Navajo Nation. And some of you know I have a brother, I call him my brother, my foster brother, Emerson Jimmy, who is a full-blooded Navajo, who was raised in my home, and has given me a great appreciation and probably a better understanding of the challenges of the Native Americans, and I've been impressed with his life and what he's been able to do to give back, and he's a successful business computer programmer in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and appreciate the impact he's had on my life. And so again, thanks to one and all for being here. Let me just in fact recognize our 7 Utah tribes that are in attendance here today, and my warmest welcome to all members of these tribes: the Ute Indian Tribe of the Uinta-Ore Reservation, the Northwestern Band of Shoshone Nation, the Confederated Tribes of Goshute and Akapaw, the Paiute Indian Tribe, the Skull Valley Band of Goshute Indians, the Ute Mountain Ute of White Mesa, and of course the Navajo Nation. Welcome everybody. Let's give a hand. I think the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, the fabric of Utah. You are a very important part of the fabric of Utah, the different tribes, and we certainly appreciate and honor you as part of our fabric of Utah. Let me also recognize the tribal leaders that are here and representing the tribes, as well as I know there are a number of council members here. We recognize you. But from the Northwestern Band of Shoshone Nation Chairman Jason Walker. And if you're here, why don't you stand up, just so we can see. Thank you, Jason. The Confederated Tribes of Goshute, representing Madeline Gray Mountain. Madeline. Navajo Nation President Ben Shelley. Paiute Tribe Chairman Janine Borchard. Skull Valley Band of Goshute Chairwoman Lori Bear. Lori Bear. Haven't seen her yet. She hopefully will arrive. Ute Tribe of Uinta-Ore Chairwoman Irene Kutch. You stand up, Irene, so we can see you. There she is. White Mesa Ute Chairwoman Elaine Atcity is actually not able to attend today and is down in White Mesa, but we recognize her in her absence. Mountain Ute Chairman Gary Hayes, right here. And I haven't seen our Utah Tribal Leader Council Chairman Kenneth Maryboy. Is Ken here yet? I expect he'll be here. But again, I recognize the burden of leadership, and I recognize that we have some great leaders with our tribes here, and these leaders we're certainly honored to have them here, and we look forward to working with them. Last but not least, I want to recognize Lieutenant Governor Greg Bell. I've put him in charge of this as I've become governor, just because we need to divide up the responsibilities, and under Greg's leadership, good things are happening. I think he's in fact raising the bar for all of us, making this a more productive seminar. At the end of the day, we hope to have some positive results that come out of this. It's not just a matter of getting together and socializing, which is a good thing to do, by the way. I think it's nice for us to get to know each other as we become friends. We have more trust and opportunities for accomplishing things. But the accountability of what we do through all 365 days of the year is falling upon the broad shoulders of Greg Bell. And I appreciate his leadership in that effort and making sure that we have good outcomes and that we're measuring our progress. Also, I don't know, is Julie here? Yeah. Our new Executive Director of the Department of Community and Culture, Julie Fisher, former state legislator. Stand up, Julie, so they can see you. And I know you all know Shirley Silversmith, our Division of Indian Affairs Director. And where's Shirley? So there she is. She is standing up. Let me mention a few things here for just a few minutes. And I talked to my wife before I left this morning and said that I had a great opportunity to speak to the Native American Summit this morning, and asking her what I should be saying to this important and significant group of people. And I said, I'd like to say something that was kind of educational, maybe something would be motivational, something would help bring us together, maybe something would even be inspiring. And she said to me, she says, Gary, what would be inspiring to me would be if you're just brief. She's heard me speak before, and so I'll try and be just a little bit brief here today and talk about things that I think are important, and I'll speak from the heart. Again, the success of what we have today and what we'll have tomorrow is going to be because of all of us working together. It really is going to be the collective effort, the collective wisdom, the willingness to discuss issues in frank and open fashions, and see if we can't come together and find solutions to the challenges that we respectively face. Again, I know that we have a lot of people involved. Again, I thank the Shoshone Nation for hosting us. We've rotated it around over years and given each tribe an opportunity to be the host of this Native American Summit, and we appreciate the Shoshone for doing that this time. I appreciate those that serve on the Planning Commission and bring ideas forward and say, here are the issues that we're going to discuss, here's the agenda, here's the itinerary, here are the issues that are important. It's probably not exhaustive, but it gives us a broad approach as we have these meetings that we come together on. You're going to have some ideas. Some will come up to you during the conference. Some are ideas that you think, well, why don't we talk about this? It's not on the agenda. We want to make sure that there's opportunities for those issues to be brought forward. And I'd just like to say to you, this is not the only time that I'm willing to listen and talk and discuss. We, in fact, do have lines of communication opened up for you, and we want you to avail yourselves of those opportunities. The Lieutenant Governor is your direct line of communication. You can talk to him, you don't have to go through anybody. You can call my office and contact me. I'm a little more difficult to get a hold of sometimes, but we want to have direct communication with the tribes and with leadership on issues that are important to you. I know that we have a theme for this year's summit entitled, We Come Together to Make a Difference. Again, I think that is in fact how we can make a difference. Each of us can make a difference, but we'll make a bigger difference if we in fact can come together. I think that's the hope for all of us as we have nation-to-nation dialogue, that we come together, we understand the issues, and we work together for solutions. The topics that we have addressed in the past and will continue to address, amongst others, are the importance of economic development, providing jobs, economic opportunity for the people that live within the borders of the state of Utah. Those that are on the reservation, those that are off the reservation. I know it's a key issue for all of us to make sure that we have economic opportunity. And a key part of that is to make sure we have good education. We know, and we all know here, and we need to make sure that everybody understands the principle, if you want to have a good job, you have to have a good education. My education director, Christine Curl, is here with us, and we'll be talking about those things through this summer. I'll just give you one little factoid that we ought to all just think about and digest. We are just coming through what's considered the worst economic time in American history since the Great Depression. We now call it the Great Recession. It's been so difficult and challenging. And yet, right now today, in the great land of America, if you have a bachelor's degree, the unemployment rate for people in America with a bachelor's degree today is only 4%. That's virtually full employment for those who have an advanced education. If you just have a high school diploma, the unemployment rate now is about 9.5% to 9.6%. So it's pushing the number of close to 10. If you have less than a high school diploma, the unemployment rate now is about 15%. So there's many challenges out there that cause us to have different outcomes. But the biggest factor, if we want to provide economic opportunity, is to have a good education. And the focus of this government, and working with you, our Native American brothers and sisters, is let's make sure that we have good educational opportunities and we develop a culture of increased and advanced education, because that's what the marketplace is demanding. More skills, better literacy, more technology capability, more science and math. And where you used to get by with a high school diploma, that no longer is adequate in the marketplace of today. That's something we need to understand and embrace and decide how we're going to go forward to make sure good education equals good opportunity for a job. Healthcare, housing, infrastructure, public safety, strengthening of families. All those are important issues that we need to talk about and work on together. And it's just as big an issue in the non-Native American population in Utah as it is in the Native American population. So it crosses over our borders of the reservation and the non-reservation to the residents and inhabitants of our state and our country. So again, those are important topics for us to collaborate on. And which brings up probably three things I'd like to say. One, Utah has resources. We have as a state resources and abilities that are able to help in finding solutions to the problems that we face. I'm prepared. I know our legislators prepared. We have Senator Kevin Van Tassel here with us, representing the legislature. I didn't see if there's any others that are here. But we are prepared to help in making sure that we provide opportunities and resources as we work together to find solutions to the challenges that we all face. And but it needs to be a collaborative and dedicated effort. It means we've got to not just talk about it, we need to do something. My greatest lament is that sometimes we talk, and sometimes we talk past each other, sometimes we don't understand, and the question is, at the end of the day, do we do anything? My father was raised on a farm up in Idaho, and he was the hardest working person that I ever knew. And the phrase that he learned from his father, which he taught to me, which is our family slogan, is work will win when wishy-washy wishing won't.